All right, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to another week of 4-Digit World Cup action. I'll be this one guy today, bringing you the first day of the semifinals matches. We are starting off with the first and one of two very anticipated semifinals matchups, featuring a completely not real-world political relevant at all matchup in any way, shape, or form. Nope, siree, between Hong Kong and China. Will be followed up with the first three of the four losers bracket round 4 matchups. Those will be Netherlands versus France, Poland versus Brazil, and Sweden versus Argentina. Got potential for, I don't know, 6+ hour stream on our hands here with some probably very good matchups, I would like to think. Should be a very exciting day for the Osu video game. I hope everybody is doing well. Hope you've got your coffee, your tea, your breakfast, your lunch or dinner, if you're from a place where it's lunch or dinner time, but that's not what it is here, so we're going with the whole breakfast thing. Got the coffee, got my water. We're ready to hang out for some excellent video game playing. Our first matchup, as we said, is the one on your screen right now. Is Hong Kong, the number 2 overall seed in the tournament through the qualifiers process. Is a very strong team made up of Nakano Itsuki, aka formerly known as Starsticks, A21, Caslets, Dragbit 2, Peloton Lol 225, Minecraft 570, Muji, and Saku. They're going to be taking on China, who were the number 6 seed through the qualifier process, captained by I'm a Burger Fox, who I'm just going to refer to as Kurumi, because that's the artist formerly known as Ebisuzawa Kurumi, which is a much better name. Please name change back. Thank you. He'll be alongside David Q2, Disan, Explosive, Garden, Kuku QY, Manasoi, and Sugiura Kanata. And that team will be losing the roll, meaning that Hong Kong gets their choice first pick, second pick, first ban, and they decide on the second ban option. This is going to be our first match on this map pool. It has had some complaints in the days leading up to this round, but I think they're largely unwarranted. I think they're going to make for a good set of matches regardless. you know, there's some absolute bangers in here. There's some very well-known matches, or maps, excuse me. And I think it's a pool that's going to make for some fun times, honestly. I think there's a lot of interesting picks, whether you're into streams or whether you're into alt or whether you're into some tech or small circles. There's a little something there for everyone. And we're going to be starting off the ban phase with a double time 3-ban coming out from China. That is the Dada double time map. Yomitsu Hirasaka Corruption, our DT number 3. The longest of the DTs getting removed from the equation. That's interesting. Hong Kong is going to use their first ban on Nomad 3, that is Bring It On by Giga, the Testo map. Little, like, weird alt thing. Kind of an awkward type of finger control map, so perhaps that's the type of thing they want China not to be able to play? I'm not really sure. That doesn't seem like anything that Hong Kong would have trouble with, but oh well. China gonna double ban DT. Their second ban is going to be Gamble Rumble, that's DT1, the Jemmy DT map. And then Hong Kong gonna use, they're banning out awkward maps today, interestingly. Their second ban goes to In the Black. Ranko difficulty. If memory serves, that's actually a Mirash. Yeah, that is a Mirash map. So kind of that Mirash awkward aim type of thing. Interesting from Hong Kong banning out, you know, Bring It On, which is kind of like a difficult kind of finger control burst alt map, and Ranko, which is kind of a, you know, it's a Mirash free mod map. I think you kind of know how that goes already. And the first pick for Team Hong Kong is going to be Nomad 2. I'm not overly surprised by that. That's Bad Elixir. That's the Idealism difficulty, straight from OWC 2018. It is, I think... Wait, so if memory serves, there was an earlier match in this tournament where Hong Kong picked this as a warm-up and Hello Tom Law came in and FC'd it. So that was maybe a portent of things to come, perhaps. We'll see if he can pull that one off again in a real match instead of in a warm-up. That'd be pretty cool. We have not seen, I feel like, a lot of Nomad 2s in general. Last week's Nomad 2 of Happy Summer Vacation was just like not a map that people played. We'll see if this one gets played maybe anymore, with it being more traditional Nomad 2 type of map, where it's just really straight up stream focused. I mean, it is a Cherry Blossom Nomad 2 after all, so that's kind of his thing, is Nomad 2s. It's what he is probably best known for, especially in tournament mapping, where, you know, I think they had him come in and custom map a couple of Nomad 2s in OWC 2019, and obviously his maps have been picked as Nomad 2s in like every tournament since the dawn of time. But that's going to be the first pick of this particular match. First in our best of 11 and our first semifinal. The winner of this gets an automatic berth in the winner's bracket final. They are confirmed top 3 in the tournament. Loser falls down to loser's bracket round 6 next week. So, bottom of the line here. Hong Kong versus China. Castlets 821, Minecraft 570, Hello Tom Lol 225 taking on Kurumi, KukuQY, David Ku, and Mana Soy. Getting things underway with a stream pick. We will see how these teams feel getting this match underway. It's going to be the early break at the very beginning here from Mana Soy, followed up immediately by David Ku. So already starting off on Hong Kong, in Hong Kong's favor, as those two continue to break a few more times. That is not how China wanted to start off this match or this map. But this was the first pick from Hong Kong, so you would expect it to be something that they're going to feel very comfortable with. I think most teams will often opt into a very comfort pick as their first option, because why wouldn't you? You always want to start off the match on the right foot, and Hong Kong looking to do exactly that here. Already taking a couple 100,000-point lead. See how well they hold up through the longer streams, as Hello Time Lol does find a break, but it is matched by Manasoy, who chain misses an entire stream, drops all the way down to 90% accuracy. And this first map of the match is pretty much already over at this point. It is only just over 2 minutes long, so not a lot of time allotted for a comeback, and it's a 200k lead for Hong Kong. So unless they completely fall apart at the ending, they're going to feel pretty okay. You can see from the scores just how much of the score of this map is tied up in this last quarter of the map. But Cuckoo QY with some breaks, so even with Castlets breaking for Hong Kong, they're going to feel pretty comfortable here. Few misses at the end. We'll see if 821 can come through with the only FC on the map, as Kurumi does find a break near the end. He does not. We will have no FCs today on Nomad1 in this match, but that is the Hong Kong victory by a pretty considerable margin. About 818,000 points. Hong Kong's first pick goes their way quite comfortably. No worries there for them. That was a very good first pick. I would say 800k out of A21, over 600k from Castlets and Hello Tom Law, and just under 600k from Minecraft 570. So all beating every score from China except that of Kurumi, who got 720k. No one else from China looking very good on that map. I wonder, like, if that means they're even worse than that on DT1 and DT3, because when you have 2 B ranks and 3 people under 500k versus the other team where their lowest score is 590k, you'd think that might have been a candidate for a ban, but maybe they just had several maps in this pool they weren't comfy with against Hong Kong, because they know how strong Hong Kong is on DT. So rather take the chance on Nomad 2 and ban out the DTs. And as we expected, it is the Nomad 1 first pick from China. They accidentally tried to pick this before it was actually their pick during the ban phase, so no surprise to see it being their actual selection. This is Yugure Semi Nikki. Distant Memory, the difficulty mapped by Atheon, just under 7 stars and 3.5 minutes long. Has had some people pointing out that this does have some streams to it rather than being just aim focused like you would expect from a normal Nomad 1, but I think it should perform adequately at the task. Definitely some space streams and space patterns to look out for, though, in amongst the aim in this pick. So it is kind of not, you know, quite as linear skill set as most NM1s you see. And I believe China just first picking Nomad 1 in all their matches seems to be the thing for them. So we'll see how it goes against Hong Kong, which is a team that is very good at every skill set in the game, you know. Looks like China having some trouble with lag in the lobby, looking to get D-Sun out in favor of somebody else, to be determined who. Hong Kong does appear to be set with Dragbit 2, Hello Tom Lol 225, A21, and Castlets. And maybe we're not kicking D-Sun, so it might be Kurumi, Cuckoo, QY, David Koo, and D-Sun for China. as we are looking to load into map number 2 here, the first pick from the Chinese team. Maybe. Okay. So the first time Dragbit 2 didn't load in, the second time Kurumi didn't load in. And Kurumi's still not loading in. Hello? There we go. All it took was 3 tries to get Kurumi into the lobby, and now it's going to have him play by himself for a few seconds to catch up with everyone here while we get underway with the pick. By a little while, I guess I mean a long while. We're going to be way behind on this map. Okay. Wait. Sooner or later, we're getting there. We're getting there. There we are. Okay, everybody's now caught up. And China is having a rough go of things, it would appear. Kurumi, David, and Disan have all broken within the first 250 combo. Not the optimal outcome. It does appear that Dragbit 2 did miss in the first about 220 combo or so. Other than that, Hong Kong holding their other 3 FCs just fine. Not the way you want to start off your own first pick here if you're China. First space stream does find a couple of victims, Helatomlol and Chaos Litz. That will give a little bit of a combo lead on over to China. But Kuku QI is going to find a break for them. David Kuk Disan on about even combos, and no other combo for China. Meanwhile, Hong Kong has Dragbit 2 with the FC. And not a lot of combo behind him either. Hong Kong going to maintain a bit of an advantage here. These patterns pretty tricky, causing a lot of breaks for many players. Chaos Litz and Kurumi, for example, just now. And meanwhile, Dragbit 2 just doing his thing over there. Has the FC still intact through that chorus. Only just under 97% accuracy, but he's combo gaming it up currently. David Koo doing a pretty good job here for China, as well as Kuku QY. They are staying in contact here with the Hong Kong combos, but they will need a couple breaks if China wants to have a chance in this one. Everybody makes it through the little space triples into the next chorus. Kurumi does find a break, but so does A21. Followed up by Disan, and there goes David. That's the biggest combo gone for China. You don't want to see that happen, especially because Hong Kong still has the FC on Dragbit, and they still have big combo on Helatomlol as well. And that is basically a full combo reset in the last 150 combo for China. Dragbit 2 and Chaos Litz both break. Helatomlol somehow holds through that really difficult space pattern. But Kurumi the only other one to hold for China as we get into the streams in this solo here. It's about a 200,000 point lead for Hong Kong, and people breaking all over the place because those patterns are dumb. And that is going to be pretty much that 220,000 point lead for Hong Kong. And just the ending to come with no combo really anywhere. Kuku QY has the biggest combo in the lobby, but not a chance of bringing this back due to the discrepancy in score. So this is, again, Hong Kong just going to be outperforming their opponents by a big enough margin on this pick as well. It's not going to be as big of a win as on the first map, but it is going to be a win nonetheless. And that'll be a break point to get things started here for Hong Kong. They're going to take an early 2-0 lead on the back of some pretty decent scores. I mean, this map is very difficult. There are just so many places you can break, as you guys saw. You know, the top score is going to be just over 500k, it looks like, from Dragbit 2, and that took, what, 2/3 of the map combo? Those space kind of wiggly patterns are really, really tricky. And that is going to be Dragbit 2, top scoring with 512k above Helatomlol with 505k. The best score for China there, 471 from Kuku QY and 456 from David Koo. Not a bad showing from China, but Hong Kong just that little bit better. You know, their extra tad bit of top-end skill cap really shows through on maps like that, where the margin of victory is only 157k, and that's largely because they've got these players who can just combo things that most other people at this level can't. Maybe has a little something to do with A21 being something like rank 300 now, but I mean, who's to say, right? Not the most Nomad 1-y of Nomad 1s. I think You know, China was keeping their tradition of picking Nomad 1 first every match. There's been much more Nomad 1 styled Nomad 1 maps in this pool over the course of the round so far. Things like Days or Fairwind or the Kotachi map in round of 16. Like, all three of those were much more Nomad 1 type of Nomad 1s than this was, which was much more focused on these kind of space stream patterns. It did have some aim, it did have some consistency, but not quite a Nomad 1 to fit the traditional mold of just blatant 1-2 jump aim. So, didn't favor China quite as much perhaps as some of the others have, and Hong Kong made them pay for it with just a bit better performance on a couple of their top players. Still plenty of match to go, of course. It is a best of 11, only 2 maps in. Get the early break point though, and you have a pretty good feeling about the match. You know, Hong Kong gonna try to run with that break point, and they'll see if they can consolidate it on DT2. That is their second pick. Romeo and Cinderella. This is one of the older maps, I believe, in the pool. This one from back in 2011, mapped by Siriru, who is a name that, you know, you only know if you're really around back then or you play older maps. But it is just over 2 minutes, so another fairly short pick here from Hong Kong. 6.33 stars, 255 BPM, making it the fastest of the DTs this round. The artist for this song is the entire country of the United States of America, in fact. Not USA at all, it's just the USA. So this feels like a very Vocaloid heavy map, pool. There's Giga, there's Bring It On, there's Make a Loser, there's Yugure Semi Nikki, there's USA. But you've also got like Felt, Sasakura UK, Arizona Zervas. Like, you've got some American popular music. Really going all over the place with this pool in terms of music. Looks like having a little trouble with Cuckoo QY on the China side. China internet. More like bad. You have a player get kicked and he can't rejoin. May just have to choose a different player for this map if that one can't join for China, because you have kind of a time frame in mind. We'll see what they decide to do here. I've never been able to find out actually what causes this problem, because I'm not somebody who plays in tournament matches myself, so it's not something I've ever run into, where you just can't join a lobby. I don't really know. Excuse me. I don't really know what the cause is of that. It would be kind of cool if it could get sorted out, but doesn't seem like it's anything that's a priority for the Osu team. Maybe it'll be fixed in Laser. But Cuckoo QY does get back in, so we are good to go now. It's going to be Dragbit 2, Helatam Wall 225, A21, and Saku for Hong Kong. It's going to be Kurumi, Cuckoo QY, David Koo, and Manasoy for China. And Helatam Wall playing the wrong map. So, try to get that fixed real quick here. And we are underway. Apologize for my throat. A little congested this morning. And so we are underway with our first DT pick of this match. We did have China double banning double time. Hong Kong. Gonna see if that was troublesome enough for China to warrant second picking a DT here. We do get our patented DT client lag going on. I swear. This map probably has a storyboard. Survey says, yep, this map has a storyboard. So we're gonna delete that for next time, and it should be fine for the next match that plays this map. But for right now, it's gonna be a little problematic here trying to load the map in properly. But it is China in the lead with 3 FCs to 2. Yeah, I think like it's something about the Osu tournament client trying to render storyboards, even though you don't see them, it still renders them. Trying to render storyboards with double time is just particularly problematic for the tournament client. And there's not an easy way to just tell if a map has a storyboard, because it's not like, well, I think it's on the page somewhere now that I think about it, but you know, if you're just going through and downloading maps like to get them all and have them all on the client, you don't notice that sort of thing. You have to like actually know that it has a storyboard or go into the map file proper and see the storyboard there. So it is kind of a frustrating situation. I guess I should just figure out a way to double check on that before the maps start. It's only 4 maps, I guess, they would have to be worried about, because it doesn't seem to be an issue on non-DT. But I did delete the storyboard from this, so hopefully it'll be fine going forward. Not really any way to commentate this because it's so laggy, but it is China still in the lead by a pretty considerable margin here. They've got a triple FC and a big combo to back them up. And the map is actually already over, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the map is actually already over. Here's a spoiler. China wins by 600k, so they get the break point right back. Because it's so laggy that it fell that far behind. So that's a China point, not a Hong Kong point. It's got a lyric storyboard. So literally I just go to the page, click download, move on when making map packs. So it's not something I pay any attention to at all. But I guess now that I have a feeling that's the actual cause of this problem, I'll have to start paying closer attention to that sort of thing. At any rate, that is the break point. Quickly back for China. 2-1 the score now, but their own pick to come with a chance to tie it back up at 2 apiece. China gonna open up the Hard Rock pool. It's gonna be Ariane Road? Ariane Road? I don't know. Ariane Rod? Yeah, that's the Leaf Hard Rock. You can pronounce it however you want. One of the relatively lower star rating picks at 5.74. Another short one though, minute 55 seconds. And 160 BPM of green hue mapping. China saying, we want to switch up the skill set we're playing here a little bit. Into maybe something with a little bit of finger control. So, switching it up here a bit for China. After a very successful break point. I'm not actually sure what we're waiting on at this juncture. There are 4 players on both sides, and everyone has been there for quite some time, so we're just waiting on readying up, or what? Not much talk in this lobby. Very quiet players today. Nobody has much to say. I guess we're good to go. No GLHFs or anything, but everybody's set. There we go. This is going to be Dragbit 2, Hello Tom, Lol, Caslitz, and Nakano Itsuki against Kurumi playing the previous map. Kuku QY, David Ku, and Manasoy for China. They will look to win their second pick and tie the match up at 2 points apiece. Hong Kong gonna see if they can get the break point right back quickly. Potential for 3 break points in a row here. Like I said, kind of slightly awkward finger control-y Hard Rock 2 pick. Couple early breaks on the China side though. David and Manasoy both missing in the first couple hundred combo. And with this being a very short map, that can be very detrimental to their score. Bunch of A ranks even for FCs, 92% and 88% for Dragbit 2 and Hello Tom Lol. They are both still holding on to full combos, as well as Chaoslitz, Kuku QY, and Manasoy with FCs for China. You can see the difficulty in this map. A lot of rhythm changes. You've got 1/3, 1/4, and 1/6. And if this were your map today, maybe you'd get some 1/5 as well, now that you've got that as a beat snap divisor in the editor as of like yesterday. Thank you, Peppy. Just really tricky rhythm changes and some very tough patterns as well in this one. And once again, we've had a lot of Hard Rock pools that have been kind of the most difficult mod pool. Whether it's, you know, just raw difficulty, finger control difficulty, things like that. You get a break from Dragbit 2 on one of the 1/6. That might have opened this up a little bit for China, but Manasoy finding a break right after. A couple 100,000 point lead for Hong Kong, and Kurumi breaking as well means it's going to be pretty tricky for China here. Hong Kong has Hello Tom and Caslitz on the FCs heading into the outro. So that should be good enough for them to keep this lead, and it is. And that is a 500,000 point victory for Hong Kong on the Hard Rock pick. It was a better one for Hong Kong than it was for China, despite China being the one selecting it, and Hello Tom and Caslitz make short work of that map, double FCs, and Caslitz with very impressive 97% accuracy. That's really, really good for that map with how rhythmically testing it is for your finger control. Very, very impressive stuff from Caslitz, known to be a very strong accuracy player, and making that evident here. Caslitz, the true AC player of this lobby, clearly. And that will be Hong Kong getting the break point right back again. So 3-1 the score. That's 3 break points in a row. Somebody's got to win their own pick eventually here. It's got to happen sooner or later. So currently waiting on the next pick, the third pick here from Hong Kong, with a 3-1 lead. Victorious on the Nomad 1, the Nomad 2, and the Hard Rock 2. They will be selecting the Freemod the first. Forget the Promise by Sam String. Mapped by the most devious of pandas. And we'll get to find out about this storyboard thing here, because this map has a storyboard, but it's not a DT pick. So we'll see if that is actually a factor in the tournament client lag. A nice little key-sounded D&B map. Gotta have a little bit of D&B in our free mod pools. We had some last week, get some this week as well. As a reminder, of course, free mod picks in this tournament pretty much just require a hidden and a hard rock / hidden hard rock. So mostly the rule effectively just saying you have to have a hidden only player and then something else, which makes things a little trickier in the low AR situations. You gotta have somebody who can play the more difficult reading hidden, whether it's low AR, stacks, difficult patterns to read, things like that. Gotta have somebody with hidden only in to make sure those stay appropriately difficult for you. Because it's no fun if the pool isn't hard enough. And we've got the GLHFs out in chat, so I believe we are good to go on this one. It's going to be Dragbit 2, Chaoslitz, Saku, Hello Tomlol 225 for Hong Kong. And it's going to be Garden, Kuku QY, David Kutu, and Manasoy for China, who are all playing the wrong map. Boy. And so, looks like we're going minimal mods here for both teams. One hard rock, one hidden per team. That's Dragbit 2 and Hello Tomlol for Hong Kong. Manasoy, David Ku for China. Chaoslitz, Saku, Garden, and Kuku QY all rolling no mod here on the somewhat large circle size pick. And this is going to be reminiscent of last week's Free Mod 3 to a certain extent, where it's kind of that D&B map feel. Kick sliders and some little bursts and such. Not overly difficult with either mod in this intro. Both teams maintaining all their full combos comfortably. Chaoslitz notably on the SS still, but very good accuracy really across the board. Waiting the first break anywhere, because that could get scary. Gotta love just like 1-2 slider aim. It's gonna be breaks from Saku and Hello Tomlol. So there's the lead to China. If 4 FCs against, make that 3 FCs against just one, as David Ku and Chaoslitz find matching breaks. This is Dragbit, the only FC for Hong Kong. Meanwhile, Garden and Kuku QY, as well as Manasoy, all have FCs still going to China. Manasoy dropping, but so does Hello Tomlol, so just a little combo reset. Nothing too bad for China. They're gonna hold this lead for quite some time here, it looks like, as their 2 Nomad players continuing on their FCs. Dragbit still with the Hard Rock FC for Hong Kong, but China really in the driver's seat on this one by about 100,000 points. But with a pretty solid combo lead with the 2 FCs to 1 advantage. Oh, wait. Hello? Did Dragbit 2 just have an aneurysm? So he missed? I don't know if he just missed and stopped playing for 10 seconds, or if that was like the client. I mean, I can only think that that was actually him. Like, something just happened to him IRL, I'm not really sure. But that's the map over. I mean, China taking this pick very comfortably. Have Another break point. Garden and Kubu QI breaking at the ending, but Haven and Manasoy holding just fine. I'm really not sure what happened there for Hong Kong with Dragbit just not playing. But that is a diff spike. This ending is a lot harder than the rest of the map. Holy cow. That is going to be it. That's a 500,000 point win for China. That's another break point. That's 4 in a row now. You think they were all just winning their own picks, but they're actually winning their opponent's picks. And Dragbit 2 actually, I don't know, something must have happened to his setup or something. That's really strange. You don't expect that sort of thing to happen. Oh, now it's going to be China's pick. Once again, trying to tie the match up. It'd be 3-3. I don't know, nobody's winning their own picks, so what do you pick when nobody's winning their own picks? Do you pick something that you think is that the opponents are better at? I don't know. I think you just pick Runway Drive. That's what I think. I think you pick Runway Drive. Already kind of eliminated all the short maps in this pool too. This pool very, very long, like really freaking long. I think there's one short map remaining and 2 like medium length maps, and then just a bunch of long maps. So we'll see where the players go. Will we get a hidden? Nope. It's gonna be banned forever from China as their own 3rd pick. Banned forever. Nomad 5, 220 BPM, CS4 AR8. Quote unquote speed map. I don't know if that's really the right word to use to describe this. It's like, it's a reading map, but it's also kind of fast. I don't know. You know, one of the things about these pools I've noticed, they have trended somewhat slow. We haven't really seen much speed out, even in the DT pool. We haven't seen much speed in general. And this is kind of what you would consider more similar to a traditional Nomad 5, where it's going to be the high BPM pick. But even then, it's still not like really at that level that you expect to see, I don't think. So maybe we'll be seeing that more later, you know, in the last couple of pools. But you can only say later in the tournament for so long now that we're already in the semifinals before we run out of places to put actual speed picks. I don't know, maybe it'll just be like last year and we'll end up with Gwyn again. Actually, this year has to be the year of Thrasher, right? I think that would be kind of cool. Bow down to the Thrasher. Did that map get deleted actually? Oh, there it is. I found it. The background is gone in the client when you search for something. Or this calling. Maybe it'll be this calling. Can we get this calling in the grand finals map pool, please? I think that'd be kind of dope. Map has that's actually not the map of this I'm thinking of, I don't think. There's a map of this with 1,400 favorites and a map of it with 42 favorites, 1,400 plays. There's also a map of this calling that has almost 6,000 plays. So, obviously the one I'm thinking of is the Despair difficulty mapped by Rinse from back in 2015. That map's only 216 BPM. That's not even really a stream map. Or speed map, I mean. It's kind of a stream map. Anyhow, looks like we're about set here for Band Forever. We have 8 players in the lobby. Hopefully they get ready. Nope, 7 players in the lobby. Need a player for Hong Kong here. I don't actually know who this is going to be. I kind of don't know who their players are for this type of map. Maybe people having trouble connecting to the lobby? Not really sure. So we wait. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait. I don't actually know who they're trying to get. Minecraft 570. Okay, well. I guess he's here. This is always, I feel like this problem with like China and Kong teams, like they just always have trouble connecting to lobbies and getting online and stuff. I don't know why. But we are good to go here. 821, Hello Tom Lol 225, Chaoslets, and Minecraft 570 taking on Garden, Cuckoo QY, David Koo, and Kurumi. We make it 5 breakpoints in a row on the very tricky linear aim and burst focused Nomad 5 pick. Starting off inauspiciously enough, I suppose. Hong Kong 4 FCs through the intro, including 2 SSs. China already has missed a couple times on Garden and Kurumi, who are both down at B ranks. The stark contrast between the two teams, but Minecraft 570 promptly finds a break of his own. Followed by Cuckoo QY. This is going interestingly for these teams, shall we say, as of yet. So it is going to be Chaoslets and Hello Tom Lol taking on basically just David. Garden just under 200 combo, but David the only FC still for China. As our client does the thing. Oh, what? Hong Kong? Yeah, Hong Kong? Alright, well, that's going to be Lee going over to China because everyone from Hong Kong except for Hello Tom Lol broke and everyone from China held. I don't know what they all broke on. It was just like one of the linear patterns that is the map. There is a break from Cuckoo QY, but China has a pretty monstrous combo lead with Garden, David, and Kurumi. Just Hello Tom Lol with the FC for Hong Kong. They are still holding on to the lead for now, but I think that combo advantage should be able to take the lead for China once it catches up with the accuracy disadvantage. Still a lot of map to come. This one, for some reason, just feels really long. I mean, it's 3.5 minutes. So I guess it is relatively long. Cuckoo QY finds another break. So does David. Okay, that lead will not go over to China now as Garden breaks as well. Ah, man, David, that was not a good scene. Very unfortunate stuff there for China as they triple combo break. Kurumi the only one to hold on. Meanwhile, Hello Tom Lol still has his FC, and Minecraft and Chaoslets both with 450 plus combo. No, not anymore. You just see breaks everywhere. Hello Tom Lol breaks as well. So it's just Chaoslets now, but China with not much more to show either. Just Kurumi on a 700 plus combo. And that's going to be some pretty upset players, I think, all those misses. Caslets with the bat in smoke. I'm not actually sure what that means. If somebody can translate what that is meant to me, and let me know, because I don't really get it. Yeah, so it's going to be holding on here for Hong Kong for dear life. 130,000 point lead should be relatively safe unless they fall apart in the last section and China holds. The only combo difference really is just that David Koo has about a 275 combo and nobody from Hong Kong can stack up to that behind Caslets. Kurumi does have a bit of a combo lead over Caslets as well, so this might get interesting, but it's 100,000 points still, and we are coming into the ending quickly here. Oh, okay, now it... Oh, well, it would have gotten interesting because Caslets broke, but so did Kurumi. David on the 430 combo. I mean, it's just not going to be enough time, unfortunately. And he breaks, so that's going to do it on this pick. Hong Kong is going to take another break point. That is quite a few in a row at this point. That's, let's see, that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 break points in a row. Every point except the first point has been a break point. Hong Kong won their first pick on Nomad 2, and everything since then has been a break point. I don't know what to make of that. That's really kind of fascinating, but it means that Hong Kong does still have the lead 4-2. This would be a good time if you're a Hong Kong fan for them to win their own pick finally, and if you're a China fan, you just want the kind of break points to continue. Hong Kong with the next pick. It will be their 4th pick of the match, and their possibly last pick, possibly just second to last pick though. It's going to be another Hard Rock, so it's Hard Rock 1, the very long Hard Rock 1. This is the longest map in the pool at 4 minutes 5 seconds. Demetori's Natsukashiki Toho no Chi, Sick World. I don't know what that means at all. No clue. But this is a very lengthy pick. It is 6.65 stars. It is slightly small circles at CS 5.85. And it's a Demetori consistency Hard Rock pick. Looks like we're about ready for this next map. It's going to be A21, Helotomlol 225, Caslets, and Dragbit 2 for Hong Kong. Manasoi, Dsun, David, and Kurumi for China. We'll see if we can get another breakpoint. 5 in a row so far. Can we make it 6? If so, they'll go back over to China's pick with the score at 4-3. So they would really like that to happen because China does not win this one, then Hong Kong has some break points to their name. You know, in these back and forth breakpoint fests, it really does seem to be very advantageous to have the first pick, because you're always up by 2 points on your own picks, you know? If you win the first one, and then everything is breakpoint after that. You win the first point and then just go into Breakpointville afterward. Otherwise, you'd rather be on the other side if it's just all breakpoints, because then you're always up one point. So already a couple of early breaks from Hello Tomlol and David, but again, this is a really long map. We're going to try not to freak out too much over any sort of break because it's over 4 minutes long. So it's really just about the consistency and how long the combos can keep up. Kind of run it back to last week's Hard Rock one where it was just a really long consistency map with some pretty tricky patterning going on here and there. The one Hard Rock that has been played so far was won by Hong Kong, but very different type of map with the incredibly rhythmically difficult Leaf pick versus a Demetori pick here. You see a break trade between Hello Tomlol and Dson, but that is actually better for Hong Kong. Not anymore, as Castlets finds a break right afterward. Combo advantage in favor of China now. Still in the early goings here, just a quarter of the way in. And break from A21. That is surprising on this type of map. You would expect him to be very consistent on this sort of more so generic type of pick. Dson with another break for China, but they're feeling fine. They've got Manasoya and Kurumi still FCing as David finds a break, but so does Dragbit. Into the long stream, Manasoy falls apart. So just the FC on Kurumi now, trying to hold things together for China. Had the early combo advantage, but they have fallen off now. Hong Kong, plenty of room to make a run at this one. They do have combo lead on pretty much everyone except for the lack of an FC, as Kurumi still continues to hold on to his. About 50,000 points separate the teams as Dson and David miss on the jumps. And Manasoy follows up right thereafter. That's not good for China. That's not what you want to see at all. That's a slow section that you just broke before into a little spaced 1/3 stream. Free points here for Hong Kong. They're going to love this. So there's only a 12,000, 15,000 point lead for China, and that's going to come back right now. Castlets just broke on nothing. Okay. Still, Hello Tomlol and Dragbit with some decent combo. Kurumi, though, with the FC still intact, is continuing to hold this one for China. Dragbit with break as well. Kurumi is doing work here. 1300 combo, still FC, only 96% accuracy, but no matter what anybody else is doing, he is holding his combo, and that is what is keeping China in the lead. It is a very close one, though. This is still staying very, very tight, and Hello Tomlol has got a about 1,000 combo that's doing a lot of work for Hong Kong, keeping this one as tight as it is. There goes Kurumi's FC. There goes Manasoy and Dson as well as A21. Oh, goodness me. That was many breaks all at once, and that is just the 550 combo of David left for China. Meanwhile, Tom has the 1,150 combo, and Castle's backing him up with 470. Lead over to Hong Kong, and they're going to try to run with it here. Just not a good place to break, unfortunately. There's so many points on the board in that section, and when you all miss on your team, it just falls completely apart. It's in a shambles here for China. And Hello Tomlol finally does break, but that 1,300 combo, I believe, did everything it needed to for Hong Kong. They may finally be able to win a pick here. Nobody's won their own pick since the first map of the match, but it looks like Hong Kong's going to do that right now. Just coming into the last section, but they've got almost a 300,000 point lead. And Hong Kong, well, they're going to say thank you to Hello Tom and to Castlets for carrying that one. And that is a 5-2 lead now with the non-break point, which feels just like a break point the way this match has gone. Rumi does end up with the highest score in the lobby, 571k, but Hello Tomlol and Castlets both not too far behind him. They are able to make the victory happen. And that is now match point for Hong Kong, looking to advance onward into the finals. 5-2. Hey, they listened to me. It's Runway Drive as the pick from China. So this could be their last pick of the match. 5-2 lead for Hong Kong. The latter feeling pretty decent, I think, after finally getting a point on their own pick to give them the match point advantage. So this is, of course, our 10.3 pick for this round. It is a felt Frostmourne map. This is a classic. I love this map. It goes back to like 2014. It's just that nice Frostmourne, like really comfy mapping, really nice song choice. You know, as far as 10.3s go, we haven't really seen one in a while. I think the 10.3 was kind of permabanned last week, but this one relatively straightforward. The actually lowest star rating map in DT Pool at 6.28. But 240 BPM, it's got some bursts and some streams, as well as some minor aim required, so a little bit of an all-around 10.3 pick here. And it's where China is going to try to make a last stand here, down match point, down 3 points, 5-2. Got to make something happen here if they want to stay alive in the winner's bracket. You know, it's interesting to see because China did double ban DT. They banned DTs 1 and 3, but they won the other DT that was picked so far on Romeo and Cinderella, and they're gonna try to repeat that here on Runway Drive to stay alive in this match here. Hong Kong gonna try to use their ability in the double time mod to advance onward and close the match out right here. It's going to be A21 Hell, Tom Law, Chaos Let's, Dragbit against Manasoy, Kuku, David, and Kurumi. And we'll see if China can make the match last at least one more point, or if Hong Kong can close it out right here, right now. Chaos Let's with the early break, but that is right at the beginning. Should not play a factor into the final outcome here. There's just something so aesthetic about Frostmourne mapping. It's just very clean. Usually very well thought out patterns. I make a little bit of a stand. Trying to go in to find a break on Manasoy. And on David. Not quite yet into the first PI here. And here we go. Into the first chorus as Helatom Law finds a break on kind of nothing. So does Kuku QY with the FC. No FCs now for China. He and Kurumi both breaking. Gaslet's breaking again for Hong Kong, but A21 and Dragbit holding just fine. A little bit questionable in terms of accuracy on the Hong Kong side for those players. Not 96, but you're gonna feel pretty comfortable, I think, with this lead so far, almost halfway in already. Kurumi writing out GG in smoke, thinking that it is over. He may be right, unfortunately, for China. There is still time, but Hong Kong just very good at this type of thing. As long as A21 and Dragbit keep holding, it is all good for Hong Kong. And David with the break on that first. We might be saying goodnight here early. Still just under half the map to go, but things looking pretty grim here for China. They're down 300,000 points, and Hong Kong showing no signs of stopping anytime soon. Double FC still alive. There goes the combo on Kurumi. Unless Hong Kong completely falls apart, this one is over. And they will do no such thing. So this is going to be Hong Kong, our first entrant into the winner's bracket final. They have looked unstoppable, really, in this tournament so far in their first few matches. They've dropped a grand total of now 5 points through 4 matches. So that is not even enough to drop an entire match yet. Very impressive from Hong Kong, and they'll look to close this out with a bang. on the double FC from A21 and Dragbit here. A little interesting to see China picking the DT there, but Hong Kong just superior on that mod, superior in this match, and they are your victors. 6-2 for Hong Kong. They advance onward into the winners bracket final. They will await the victor of Russia and South Korea, a match that will be played tomorrow. And that will do it. A very interesting match. Quite a few break points for both teams until finally Hong Kong was able to win their own pick, and then another break point to close it out. That is maybe not quite what we would expected out of this match, but Hong Kong, as I said, just looking very good, and they end up as the victors. China drops to the losers bracket. They will face off against a team to be determined. As the losers of this match, they will get one of the Netherlands, France, the United States, or Taiwan next week. So they've got a couple matches to be played before they can find out who their opponent will be. But they're going to try to make a run here through the last couple rounds of the losers bracket to see if they can get back to that grand final. Hong Kong, though, I mean, it seemed kind of just destined from the outset that they would be doing something like this in this tournament. Their roster is absolutely ludicrously strong, and they continue to show that off here with a nice, clean 6-2 victory over Team China in the semifinals. That is going to do it for the first match of this round. We've got an hour until the next one. It'll be at 16 UTC. That is going to be the Netherlands versus France, our first match to show in the losers bracket round 4. So we'll be back for that one, probably about 45 minutes timer. So for you guys, keep an eye on the Discord server, of course, for the announcement of that stream going live. Make sure to follow the stream so you can be notified right on Twitch. And thank you for watching. I've been this one guy. Congratulations to Hong Kong. GG well played to China. We will see you guys in a bit for the next match of the round.